Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and today we are taking a look at the Tier 8 British cruiser, the Edinburgh. And she's actually a very fun ship, very similar to the Fiji in a lot of ways. The only major difference probably is her size. She's a little bit longer than the Fiji. Obviously she has a little bit more health, but other than that, she's pretty decent. So let's go take a look at the stats. So survivability, you start off with 31,800 and you can increase that. I think it only adds additional 4,000, and you really do need the additional health just so you can last a little bit longer. But obviously the armor is British cruiser standards. It's very thin, but at least your citadel does sit nicely below the water with only a little bit sticking out. So you can still get citadel fairly easily by battleships because their shells are big enough that even when they are coming in, they'll hit the side armor. Let's quickly throw that on. The side armor is only around 19 millimeters, and then your top of your citadel deck is 51 and 6 millimeters right underneath your smokestack. So you can still get easily citadel. So something to keep in mind, but that's usual for British cruisers. So artillery, you have 4 main turrets, 3 guns each of 152 millimeters. They have reload time of 7.5 seconds with a turn time of 23.4 seconds and a max AP damage of 3,100 and a range of 14 kilometers. And then you have your secondary turrets, which have a range of about 5.3 with a reload time of 3 seconds and a chance of fire of 6% with a max HE damage of 1,500. The guns are pretty good. They reload nice and quick. They can do a significant amount of damage. You can actually citadel, especially Japanese cruisers such as the Miyoko and the Otago, which you will probably see quite a bit, and the Megami even. So guns are pretty decent. Normally against battleships, you want to aim for that superstructure and that mid line right where the secondary turrets are is usually where you want to go for, but definitely the superstructure is definitely what you want to go for. So torpedoes, very similar. Once again, very similar to the Fiji. You have 2 torpedoes, 1 on each side, 3 torpedoes each with a reload time of 72 seconds, max damage of 15,867 and a range of 8 kilometers. Now you can always get these upgraded to 10 kilometers. They reduce the damage but increase the speed. AA defense is pretty good. It's unusual. So you have 8 single 20 millimeters that fire at 2 kilometers and do an average damage of 29. And then you have 5 dual 20 millimeters with average damage of 31 and a range of 2 kilometers. Then you have these usually bizarre AA guns. These are 3 octo 40 millimeters. Something I've never really seen until I got there. So these are really cool. You have 2 on the side and 1 in the rear. They have an average damage of 59 and a range of 2.5 kilometers. So very, very interesting to actually see these octo AA guns. And then obviously your secondaries also work as additional AA with a range of 5 kilometers and average damage of 56. Maneuverability, she isn't the quickest. She's probably about average. She's not as quick as the Mogami, but she has a max speed of 34.1 knots. Turning circle radius is 680 meters, and rudder shift time is a lousy 10.7 seconds. I would highly recommend get the hull upgrade as quick as you can so you can reduce the turn time on your rudder shift. Definitely needed. So concealment, this is where it gets really nice having a 10-point captain with concealment module on it. Detectability range by sea is 9 kilometers. Very well needed for British cruisers. You want to be stealthy. Detectability range by air is 6.4 kilometers. So after you shoot off your guns, you are detected around 13.5 kilometers. And you, like I said, you can actually invisifire with your torpedoes. Since your torpedoes, if you get the upgraded version, will actually extend out to 10 kilometers. So you can actually invisifire if need be. So moving on to the modules. I went for main armaments mod 1. Then aiming systems mod 1. Now this will probably change once I get to the Neptune. I will probably actually change it to AA guns mod 2, which increases your AA range by 20%, since the Neptune is really when the AA gets very powerful for the British cruisers. But I'm gonna wait till that time so I can have the additional reduction on the dispersion of main battery shells for the time being, so my shots are a little bit more accurate. Then obviously I went for Dam Comm System mod 1, steering gears mod 2, since you can actually get the engine upgrade, and then obviously concealment system mod 1. Now as far as my captain, this is at 0.60. The replay that you will be seeing is prior to that, because I had a good game. I had actually my first game with the Edinburgh, and I wanted to at least show off my very first game. So what I've done with my captain, since this is update 0.60, is I went for preventive maintenance, reduces the risk of incapacitation of modules by 30%. Jack of all trades, this decreases the reload time of all mounted consumables by 5%. Then I went for expert marksman, and I might eventually change this once I get up to the Minotaur. I might actually change this to torpedo armament expertise, since the Minotaur's guns turn really quickly. But for now, the expert marksman is more needed for the lower tiers, since their turrets don't turn as quickly. Then I went for superintendent, manual fire control for AA, and then concealment expert. Now I might eventually get RDF, radio location. This is supposedly a very controversial. I can kind of understand it, but the benefit of having this is allowing you to know where the closest ship is to you, at least in the general location. Won't give out the location or tell you how far, but it'll at least let you know. So this would be beneficial for British cruisers, especially if they are in smoke, and they can at least know if someone is coming closer that is not spotted. So beneficial. So I might eventually get this. Captain skills will probably eventually change once I get up to either the Neptune or the Minotaur. But for right now, this is what I've done. My captain is a 16-point captain, so he's not fully tiered up, but he will be one day. So we are going to go ahead and jump into a replay. Like I said, the replay is prior to 0.60. So do keep that in mind when you do watch it. The captain skills are going to be a little bit different, but it's not like you're really going to notice that much difference. So I'll see you guys there. Hello everyone, welcome back to a replay with the Edinburgh, and we are currently playing on estuaries. We have a Ranger, Tirpitz, Bismarck, Colorado, Scharnhorst, New Mexico, New Orleans, Edinburgh, Kutuzov, Shores, Mahan, and a Fubuki. On the enemy team, there's a Ranger, North Carolina, Tirpitz, Gneisenau, Scharnhorst, Fuso, Edinburgh, Otago, Kutuzov, Pensacola, Fiji, and a Akatsuki. Now, a couple things I should mention. Yes, we are once again playing on estuaries. Don't really know why these last couple videos we are seeing estuaries a lot, but this was my first game in the Edinburgh, so first time trying it. Like I said, the Edinburgh is very similar to the Fiji in a lot of ways. It's just a little bit bigger, and there's slight differences as far as AA and the health pool. Second thing is, if you cannot tell, I am sick. I am congested and I'm coughing a lot, so I'm going to try to keep the coughing down to a bare minimum as much as possible. And third thing, I am joined once again with Brandon in his Kutuzov, and we're trying this out to see whether or not the combination of a Kutuzov and an Edinburgh will work fairly well. We'll see how this goes. So we are pushing into A. I am being very aggressive right now, to say the very least. Now, the detection on my Edinburgh is 10 kilometers. This is with a 15-point captain, which does give me that concealment expert. But at this time, I do not have the concealment module, which will actually reduce your detection down to 9 kilometers, which is really fantastic. So, fired a shot at that Gneisenau. I fired it right when he was getting behind the island, so he would not be able to return fire or spot me. And it looks like we have a friendly destroyer in here with us, so I think we're going to capture A fairly well easily. Now the Edinburgh it's not bad being stock. It's not like a Pensacola or like a New Mexico. It's not bad stock. There are a few things that I would recommend when you get the money experience is go for the hull upgrade. And we are taking a shot at a Fiji. It looks like he's slowing down to pop smoke. Might be able to get a hit. There we go. About 4,000 points of damage. Very, very nice. What I would recommend is go for the hull upgrade because you can actually decrease your rudder shift time, which is going to make you a little bit more nimble, and that is really needed in this ship. You want to be able to dodge shots or change directions a little bit quickly. Now we do see the Ranger, the enemy CV, out in the distance. Right now I'm just focused on trying to do some damage against this Fiji and also trying not to run into rocks. Now of course when I decide to turn my guns towards the enemy CV, he disappears. Now the Edinburgh actually has a Octo Air AA guns. That's what I'm trying to say. So unfortunately I was the one spotting him. I did pop smoke because there is both dive bombers incoming, and you can see the AA is doing pretty good job, but he does land a hit on us. But we have damage control ready, and there is the Gneiss now. Let's actually focus on him. And it looks like the CV is coming back in for another salvo. I'm gonna actually start reversing. Yep. Do not sit still, especially if ACV kind of knows your location. You want to be somewhere where they're not expecting you to be. So, firing salvos at the Gneiss now. Only got a few thousand points of damage. Nothing terribly great. And the Ranger, I think, has finally decided to move. And since he is spotted, we're actually going to try to take some pot shots at him. Now, our entire force, except for a destroyer, a cruiser, and a battleship, is over at D combating against the enemy force. So it looks like both sides have really pushed for D. And we'll see how this goes. We've lost one destroyer. They've lost a cruiser. That's alright. I would rather not lose our destroyer because we did have a destroyer advantage over them. But it is what it is. It happens. Sometimes you just have bad luck or bad teammates. Yeah. So, unfortunately, no sight on the Gneiss now or the Ranger. My smoke is about to actually start to dissipate, so you need to keep track of when your smoke will dissipate, and you need to be moving beforehand. You don't want to be caught sitting still as your smoke disappears around you. So you can see I've already started moving. I'm actually going to start moving towards the center and see if I can help our team against the enemy cruisers that have been sitting NC and is currently focusing on our friendly battleship. Now we do lose the Bismarck to the enemy North Carolina, which is really unfortunate. It looks like he was actually burned down by the North Carolina, which is a little bit odd. Wonder if the North Carolina was firing HE the entire time. And pop hydro to see if I can spot any torpedoes. And it looks like the Otago did drop some torpedoes. But I think we're going to lose this Sean Horse fairly quickly. And yep, he does go down to the Kutuzov's burning. And I think it's about time to actually sit still and pop smoke. And this is going to be interesting because there are the Otago's torpedoes. And, ooh, fortunately those were only over penetrations. And the heel is very fantastic on the Edinburgh, to say the very least. The torpedoes are also very similar to the Fijis. You have torpedoes, one on each side, triple tubes each, and you do have the option of getting extended range, which will extend your range out to 10 kilometers. Right now they are 8 kilometers. They do pretty good, even considering they're 8 kilometers, but having that additional 10 kilometers will make your torpedoes more likely to hit further out range targets, and you can almost invisifire once you get the concealment modules onto your ship. So Otago, oh, we actually were really close to that Kutuzov. Otago is trying to get away. He's low on health. Be nice to take him out. but the Kutuzov is sitting still. Let's see if we can deal some damage on this Kutuzov. This Kutuzov is going to be a real downright pain in the butt. I will tell you this. He is going to be my nemesis for this battle. Do 4,000 points of damage. Not too bad. Unfortunately, we do lose sight of him, and it looks like Brandon is coming up behind us with a destroyer to assist. I'm just going to go ahead and drop some more torpedoes just in case. You never know. You might get lucky. Looks like we have a Mahan that's coming in. And being very, very cautious. You really do have to be cautious with British cruisers because you do not want to be caught in the open and taking those massive hits. So now we're beyond the island. The only reason we're being spotted is due to the fact of some annoying little fighters overhead. And this Otago should go down to the combined fire of both Brandon and myself. And it looks like Brandon is going to catch 2 torpedoes, and I'm going to catch 1 as well. But the Otago is taken out. That is going to actually even up the teams for us both. And it looks like the enemy team has taken D quite effectively, while we have not. We're still sitting at 2 cap points each. And unfortunately for us, we have no one spotting for us, and we can't see anything. So we don't know where that Kutuzov is or where that Fuso is. We now know where the Gneisenau. That Gneisenau has actually moved all the way from the west side over to the far east side. Alright, so I finally decided someone needs to spot, and I'm going to push out. There is a enemy Fuso, but as you will probably learn, he's not going to be major danger. My major concern is going to be that Kutuzov. I know he was probably heading south, last known location, and the incoming fire from the Kutuzov. It does about 5,000 points of damage. Not really what I wanted to see. And, ooh, he gets a nice citadel on us. And we only get about 3,000 points in return. But if I turn in like I did, I actually reduce the amount of damage incoming from that Kutuzov. Pop smoke, and oh, looky there. It happened again. And this time I was even slowing up. I only got 1 puff smoke. Yeah, wargaming, this is bugged. I don't care if you're saying this is intended. This is bugged. So I'm left in the open with a Fuso who is at least firing at me, but I believe he's actually firing HE, which is not really that threatening, honestly. Yep, it looks like he's just firing HE, but even battleship HE is fairly damning. Hopefully he will miss. It looks like he does land a big hit on us, does set us on fire and knock out our steering, but we're back in the smoke, and now we can actually start pummeling away on this Fuso. Brandon has opened up with his Kutuzov. I really do apologize about this. I know my voice is sounding very gravelly. I do apologize for this once again, but I do kind of need to get this recorded before update 0.6 comes out. So, the Kutuzov has pushed into A, and once again, he is my nemesis, and I really would like to take him out. Now, our team has actually taken the lead as far as the ship is concerned. We're actually ahead, I believe, 2 ships. Yep, we're ahead 2 ships, and I'm going to go ahead and try to back up a little bit, see if I can get shots off on this Kutuzov, and basically give him payback. And unfortunately, at that time, my smoke starts to dissipate, and I'm left once again wide open to be fired upon by the Kutuzov. And this is the issue with British cruisers going from a reverse to a forward. Takes some time. It doesn't seem like their acceleration really kicks in until you get past the 0.0 knots. So I did take some minor damage, but fortunately he was firing HE and did not get any massive damage on us. So we are spotted, and of course we get hit by a enemy ship. I believe it was probably the Pensacola or the Fuso. It's probably the Fuso. Be my guess. He probably got a few over penetrations on us, something like that. So Our team is holding B. It looks like we actually have a friendly battleship combating against the Gneisenau, the New Mexico versus the Gneisenau. Hopefully, the New Mexico can hold off the Gneisenau. And then we have a random battleship all the way up north. The Colorado is just sitting all the way up north. This is one thing I don't like about some battleship players. They play a little bit too passively and try to fire at long range. If you have ever seen how I play my battleships, I'm a little bit more aggressive. I like to be aggressive because you're a battleship and you can tank damage. That's your whole goal. You can dish out big damage, big alpha damage, and you can tank damage. So we have actually started to move, and it looks like we're able to push around the corner. And let's see if we can actually get this kill on this Kutuzov. And very nice, we got a citadel and took out the enemy Kutuzov. Now, in that time, we did lose our friend Brandon and his Kutuzov due to the Fuso, I believe. I actually did not see that go down, but we did lose him, so it is unfortunate. And I'm going to go ahead and pop smoke because, yeah, the CV really does not like me. I'm going to actually start pulling forward and went a little bit too quickly, so I'm actually going to accidentally pull out my smoke. But I think we're actually going to win this game due to points. We have 3 caps to their 1. And I don't think there's very much they can do. They have to take out an enemy ship and try to recapture, but I don't think there's much they can do. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the end screen. So our team earned a victory, and we received 384,984 silver, 8,412 XP, and 421 free XP. 56,512 points of damage with 135 shell hits, 15 plane shot down, 2 incapacitation, 2 kills, 1 citadel, 5 defensive base flags, and 1 assisted base capture. We earned second place, and that really does. So we earned second place as far as experience, and that really does demonstrate how much XP you get from getting those defended base captures as well as those assisted base captures. So they are very beneficial and helps your XP bonus. So we took out the Kutuzov and the ARP Takao with 20,366 against the Kutuzov and 8,670 against the ARP Takao. After everything was said and done, we earned 242,499 silver and 8,412. I really am enjoying the Edinburgh, and I'm hoping it will become a even better ship once I have her fully upgraded. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zai Jen.